Here we are. Good morning, everyone. Doug, how are you? Susan, Ken, Terry, Craig, Robert's here. Yep, it did. Yeah. Well, I know the telegram went out. Did you guys get your email and text today? That's it, Terry. Sweet. Thanks, Bob. There is two different telegram channels, Ralph. Here, I'm mute.
Yeah. Good morning, or actually, yeah, it's still morning, everyone. How are you guys? How's everyone doing?
Nice, Brett.
Bob. Hey, Bob. How are you? Steve, how are you? Well, Ken, how are you? It's been a long week. You're right. Adam, how are you? Mark, how are you? So glad everybody's here. Brett says was worried Walmart dropped too much too fast, so I decided to only stay in 60 seconds. Hey, you're welcome. I wasn't really giving a trade. I was just giving you guys a heads up. Brett, are you enjoying the day trading, the active trading room? Did you guys make money on Meta today? I did get your email yesterday around 2:30. Did you get my email? Terry, if I haven't responded to you yet, that means I haven't got your email.
Probably talking to me.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. Yeah, let us know who you're talking to because we're both here, obviously. Ooh, look at you, Baba. Very much so. Didn't jump into Meta. Ooh, 85% of Matt, you know what to do all that at. And again, I won't be got sector scan figured out. Good, Murmus. Good, 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 good. So we closed out our second loser since we started the active trading room today. Let me show you what we closed so you guys could at least see what's going on. People are asking me, how's it going? How are you doing in there? We closed out Meta today with a profit. We're in two trades right now. I didn't like. Let me show you why we did it so you can. Yeah, Kathy, you got to learn how to short stocks. For like a month and a half, we were just shorting things mostly. Only two losers. That is an incredible good track record. Yeah, Brett. I think we have about a 95% success rate. Look at you, Adam. And I know Matt is copying all of them. Yeah. So let me show you. You know, I want you guys. The point of this is not for me to do, yay, I did well, because these I'm largely immune to the gains and losses at this point. It doesn't mean anything to me. But um, but there's a learning example here from the profits and from the losers. Of course, of course. Let me just go here. Matt, you could see my screen with NVO and all that.
Mhm.
I know you guys like me to use bar charts, so I'll go ahead and use bar chart. And if we need to, I'll move around. Let's see. We'll give it another minute, but I figured since we just getting started here, I can't believe you guys are amazing. Yesterday, 98% satisfaction rate. That's amazing. That's amazing. Think about that. A trading service with a 98% success rate. And people are so skeptical and there's so much what's that word? Cynicism?
Cynicism.
Cynicism. Thank you. Cynicism. Good. I was actually going to talk about Verizon, Doug, a minute ago. can you detach yourself and Roger? That sounds so wrong. And you want me to detach myself? I'm just messing around, guys. I'm just in a good mood. It's Friday. Going to spend some time with the family this weekend.
I do it.
Say it again.
I was asking if that worked.
Okay. You can buy puts. Yeah, Jim, you got it. So why did I get out of Morgan Stanley? Let me show you why. Well, first of all, and again, hindsight is always 2020, right? But I should have got out of it right when it broke. I got into this trade because it broke the 50-day line and out of this compression. So I should have just closed it right away when it did. But I made a mistake. It was my mistake. Quite honestly, it went a little too far too fast. I didn't really pay attention to it till the end of the day because I don't like to look at losers too early in the day. So because you tend to overreact. Yeah, Cyrus, CRM. Yeah. I'm going to talk about all of that today. I got a pretty good agenda, and I'm going to close the chat once I really start getting into it and let Matt do it. I liked it yesterday. I think my blood pressure actually went down yesterday. Billy, if you have a question about a trade that's not a trade that I gave out officially, please send me an email or talk about it when I'm discussing it. So then Matt can say, hey, Roger, somebody has a question. Okay. Otherwise, not everybody has DKNG. So I need to, what trade is DKNG in?
Codebreaker.
Oh, well, send me an email. Send us an email. Or Matt, do you want to talk about it? You want to do it later, maybe?
I can talk about it right now. I mean, it's not that close to expiration. It's a December 15th option. So we've got 2 weeks in it.
Yeah. What?
36%.
What's there to talk about? Billy, are you pulling a fast one on me? What's there to talk about? Thanks, Matt. I appreciate it. Okay, let's go back to our learning exercise. So why did I get out of this trade? Well, can you guys tell me why I got out of this trade? There's several reasons why I got out of it now, as opposed to continuing to hold it. Can you tell me why? Can anybody tell me why? Not really, not the gap. The gap didn't have as much to do with it. If it was the gap, I mean, it filled the gap already right here. Unless you're talking about another gap that I'm not seeing here. I'm not seeing any major gaps here. What gap are we talking about? Well, it did in fact that it hit my stop. Obviously hit my stop, Terry, but why did I put my stop there? Thank you for that explanation. Because it broke this trend line. Number one, it broke this trend line. No, it broke this trend line right here. See this trend line? It broke it. And look how strong it is. Number two, yes, there's a resistance line right here. See this line right here? This is my line. I drew this line. It broke this line right here. Remember we were talking about trend lines? It broke this trend line. It's okay. It looks confusing, Bob. Look, I got all these damn lines. I got this line, which I'll delete here. It's okay. This is why we're here. So, yes, just old Bob. Yes, I changed the name to because it was misleading. It should have been called Active Trading Room. That's a good question, actually. It should have been called Active Trading Room from the beginning. Not 200-day, this resistance line right here. Real simple. Eric, I don't really understand what you're talking about right now. Can you send me an email? I'd love to understand what you're saying, but send me an email. I want to deal with this right now. Thank you. Yes, you're right, Joe. That is very true. So it hit this resistance, and most importantly, not most importantly, equally as important, what sector is completely outperforming all others right now and making a higher high and breaking out through this level? Right. What sector is Morgan Stanley in? Right. I don't ask. There's something you guys need to know. Except for once in a while when I ask those frisky trendline questions, most of my questions are really simple. They're not. I don't try to like confuse you guys. I don't try to mess with you, confuse you. put you out. I want, this is a learning exercise. So, and then to add more trouble problems to our equation, it broke the trend line. It broke the trend line. It, it, it's really strong. Financial sector is really strong. And then when you look at my short-term scans and you look at it visually, and again, I'm going to put TC2000 on this computer. I didn't want to, Matt, I got to have it on the same computer, I guess, because otherwise I can't show. I have one computer that has Thinkorswim and one computer that has TC2000. The reason you haven't seen TC2000 is because it's on another computer, which I'm looking at with two screens all day long. But I can't show it on Zoom because the Zoom computer has Thinkorswim on it. So I have to put TC2000 on the same computer as Zoom, and I don't want to do that because I already have too many monitors. I got to figure this out. I got problems, Matt. You got to figure out how to do. You got to do how to figure out how to do. We got to get a third person in here, and I'll be the third person so I could share. I can log in from the other computer. You know that, Matt? That's a good one, right?
You just put it on the same computer, though, Roger.
You don't think it's gonna? You don't think it's gonna? But then, yeah, it's gonna. We'll figure it out. No. The problem is I don't have I have already enough screens on this computer.
I know, but we can add the other screens to that computer.
We could do that. You see that problems? He always has a solution for me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can make it work. If not,
No,
this computer.
we already have, Matt. We already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 connected to this computer. All right.
It'd be okay.
All right. Then that would be a good solution because, well, we'll figure it all out. We'll figure it. I was just thinking I could log in as a third person and be someone else and just share a different screen. You know that?
Do that.
Yeah, I was just thinking out loud. That way you get two Rogers at one. Can you imagine two of me? Whew.
I think the world would explode, to be honest.
That's why my parents didn't. That's why I'm the only child. Can you imagine? My mom used to call me why when I was a young kid because I was always asked why. I never just took the answer. I always wanted to know why. Why? Yeah, he would. I think he's losing a little hair already from me being here.
I'm not losing any hair, but I am graying up.
I'm just messing with you. We actually love working together. Sometimes we go the whole day without me and Matt saying a word to each other.
Pretty close.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Clyde screen, Ralph. You got it. Okay. So you guys understand why I needed you to understand why I liquidated. I didn't just liquidate the position. Very true, Ron. I didn't just liquidate the position because I was bored, although I was so bored of holding it. But we still do have LTHM and we still have NVO giving me heartburn. But NVO is actually coming up and healthcare. And that's another reason blue chips are leading, and blue chips leading makes me not want to be long tech stocks. Did you guys see the video? Not the video. Did you guys see the telegram? Remember I told you Tesla was going to go to 235. Did you see the image that I posted this morning in the room? I looked at it and it was a 235. I was like, oh my God. Oh, I thought that was funny. We gotta have a good time here sometimes too, right? Okay. All right. Wow, the room is low today. Only 260 people, Matt. You sure all the messages went out and everything?
Everyone said they got it.
All right. So a few things that I want to talk about before we get into the nitty gritty. As you guys know, I've been really big on the psychology of trading with you. I mean, like really, really big, because I realize that even if you have all these tools, you're not going to be profitable unless you have psychology right. Because here's what's going to happen. Tell me if I'm in the right ballpark here. You found a system, you know it works, you have a couple of losers, you start doubting it, you start doubting yourself, you start not following the system 100%, and you start having bigger losers. You've been there before, right? You've been there before. We've all been, and by the way, Morgan Stanley just broke out to a new high of the day, just FYI. You've all been there before. We've all been there before. Oh, thank you. I'll take those any day. Matt, make sure you copy that. Yeah, you've all been there. Revenge trading is if I'm me trading Carvana right now, right? Yes, mental fit. You can have. I'm going to tell you right now. I could take me or another guy who knows what they're doing, and I can give them a 50-day moving average, and they'll make money consistently over time. It's because it's not going to be the indicator. It's going to be price action, and it's going to be right here in the mind. In the mind. You see how easy it is for me to go through my losers with you. It's not difficult. It doesn't tend to deter me. I don't have to liquidate my positions to start with a fresh month every month. Um, it's very important. But here's the part, and I've talked about all of that. I don't want to rehash the same old thing again. What I want to do is I want to take it one step further. Okay. So, well, there's more that I want to talk about. And here's where we get to some difficult stuff. And I'm not selling you anything, and I'm not going to do any mind trap educational sessions. It's stuff you have to work on yourself. But I will tell you this. I will tell you this. Let's say you read a couple of books, okay? And you get all of it. You understand it. You get it now, right? You get it now. You completely get it. You're like, I get it. I get my problem. It's as clear as day. I've got this problem. This is why I'm not making money. It's not because of those. It's not because of Pro Trader Dashboard. It's not, certainly not because of that. It's because I am doing something wrong. I'm my worst enemy. By the way, one of Charlie Munger's quotes was, if you don't know who your worst enemy is, look in the mirror. Right? Think about that, right? We're our worst enemies every time and twice on Sunday. You know, um, Ron says, I heard you say psychology. It's more like 90%. Yeah, I did say 80%, but it's more like 90%. It's really important. That's what I'm trying to say. It's really important. So, but here's the problem. Here's the problem. And this is where you guys get stuck in. You get it, you understand it, but you can't, but you're not you, but you can't force yourself to start doing it. You freeze up. You get it, you sit there and you say, yeah, I know I got to do this. I know I got it. Roger's 300% right. There's no doubt I do all of this. First step is to realize you have mind traps. Remember, 25% of you didn't think you had them. Now we got it down to 5%. Thank God. Thank God. And the rest probably are no longer here because they didn't want to hear me talk about all of this. So the first step is to realize you've got it. Okay. The second part is to read about it and see exactly where you are and what it is. That's the second part. But here's the third part: internalizing it and making it second nature. So do you guys understand what I'm saying? Do you understand the importance of this? You can all read, you're all intelligent. Most of you are not going to lie to yourself. That's the $1 million question, right? Right? That's why I want to talk about for a few minutes with you. It's kind of like, well, it's not owning it. People own it. They have to internalize it. Even if they own it, they cry. They say, I have this problem. Sorry, Matt. I'm going to do everything humanly possible to get it. I got it. Let me give you an analogy, okay? And I learned this from a very smart person, a very, very smart person. She's a psychiatrist, and she deals in performance coaching, okay? And she deals with, she's retired now, but I saw her several times for when I was having mental issues with my trading when I was starting out, like everybody else does. That's what she does. But she deals mostly with alcoholics, drug addicts, and gamblers. That's what she does. Because remember, it's the same thing. It's the same. It's your mind, right? I mean, it's your mind. And what other addictive, sex addiction propensities? Trading was not something she dealt with before me, but it's all the same. It's all the same. Some people hold on to their winners too long and cut their losers. Some people cut their losers to it's mental stuff. It's all mental. It's all the same. It's good if you can identify your problem, which is usually really easy to do. All you have to do is look at your trades, and they'll tell you everything without anything else. But thank you, BB, for that. But the problem, she said, is, see, she's like, I can explain all this to you. I can code it for you. I can put a memory chip in your head. And I'm like, well, how do you, she's like, well, let me explain to you something. And she explained it to me. She said, oftentimes, and she used an alcoholic as an example. This was just an example. You could replace it with anything else. She said, here's the problem. You do all this stuff and you make these commitments to yourself. Please listen to me. I'm going to go through trades. I'll go through everything, but trust me when I say this is so important. And I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not trying to sucker you into anything. I'm literally just want you guys to understand. She said to me, when I'm talking to an alcoholic, usually I see them right after they had a couple of drinks. After they had a couple of drinks, they'll agree to anything. They'll agree to just about anything. Sure, of course. You give somebody who smokes 3 packs a day, you put a couple of packs of cigarettes, you put a couple of cigarettes here, and you let them smoke, and they'll agree to just about anything. That's not how it works. That's not the person she wants to see. She wants to see the desperate person, the person who hasn't had a cigarette in 2 days, the person who's got shakes from not drinking. That's the person she wants to see. So what does that have to do with trading? And what does that have to do with you implementing all of this? You have to assimilate this into your subconscious. It has to become second nature. It has to become a habit. And it's going to be very difficult for it to become a habit when that impulse is not itching you. Okay? So if you really want to, if you really, really, really want to start internalizing this, you have to expose yourself to those things and then start controlling yourself in real time. The longer you can do that, the better. Let me give you some tips. I'm going to give you some construction. And please, 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 please listen to me. No one's going to tell you this. And if they are, they're going to charge you $50,000 for it. No joke. That's what good professional coaches who charge this cost. What you need to do is start making yourself feel uncomfortable little by little. Let me give you an example. The first thing you do, you watch my video or you read that booklet that I put so you figure out where your problem is. Everything I'm saying is hypothetical, obviously. So I'm making this up as I'm going along because I don't know you. For example, let's say you have a problem holding on to trades instead of just getting rid of them when they're going against you. You don't want to hold on to those stops like I'm holding on to Morgan Stanley. It makes you feel very uncomfortable holding on to losing positions. Hold on to losing positions longer, even for half an hour, and then an hour, and then 2 hours. Let's say your problem is holding on to winners. I know a lot of you have trouble holding on to winners. Just can't do it. Force yourself to hold on to a winner for an extra 15 minutes. You want to close it out. Hold it for another hour. Forget about whether it goes your way. The more you can embrace that uncomfortable feeling, the more your body will assimilate it into your subconscious, and that feeling will stop being as uncomfortable. It's called exposure therapy. That's what people who have obsessive compulsive disorders, when they go to $900 an hour psychiatrists, and they say, I have I'm going to give you guys a real example from something that happened to me, okay? True story. I've never shared this to anyone publicly, okay? I was in my last 3 weeks of law school, okay? My last 3 weeks of law school. And we were studying for the finals. And all of a sudden, I started getting dizzy. I started feeling odd, started losing weight. I didn't know what was going on with me. I had no idea what was going on with me, okay? And this is 1997. This is a while back. And I felt worse and worse. And one day I woke up during my finals in law school, my last finals in law school. And my brain chemistry was completely off. I didn't feel like myself. I felt like a different person. What happened was I was having a nervous breakdown. I didn't know I was having a nervous breakdown because I wasn't taking meds. I wasn't taking psychiatric meds. That feeling that I was having of my of being dizzy and all that. In hindsight, it was serotonin leaving my body. Okay. Because I was prone to anxiety and I didn't know it. And a lot of psychiatric issues happen when you're in your mid-20s. I forced myself to go to school and take those finals while I was having a full-blown panic attack. The kind of panic attack I can't even explain to you. It's what happened was my body assimilated the panic attack with taking law school exams. And whenever I thought about going to school or taking an exam afterward or anything, I would get a shocking panic attack. I took medicine for it. I took Paxil for it for 3 months. Never had to do it again. It was all good. Problem solved. Got back to normal. But I had to have exposure therapy in order to assimilate myself to doing there. A lot of folks did. I'm not ashamed of this. This happened, 1997, 1998, 28 years ago. The point is exposure therapy. So you sitting there. No, not at all. I don't care. I've just never talked about it because it wasn't like I couldn't care less about all that. But exposure therapy is when you slowly start introducing yourself to an uncomfortable situation. Like people who have social phobia, slowly exposing yourself to people, slowly doing the thing, slowly, step by step, doing things. Richard says, of everything I learned from you, this is the best. Well, and look, we're not even talking about trading. This has nothing to do with trading. So it happens to, this is normal. This is part of life. It happens. So when I would talk to that lady, her name was Nancy, she used to say, I don't want to talk to the alcoholic that just had a drink before coming here. They're going to be on their best behavior. They're going to tell me everything. I want to see them at their worst. It's like, I gotcha. So you sitting there and reading my book and say, yes, I have this problem. That's great. That you got to recognize what the problem is. If you don't think you have a mind trap, and if you don't think you have this problem, trust me, you do. Some of us have it very little. Some of us, it's huge. That all depends on how much money you've lost in the market before. Your trauma, the level of trauma is how much this is why I say it's really important. It's easy for me to teach somebody who doesn't have any experience because I don't have to unteach them all of these things. I don't have to undo all this. It's easy. But you guys have been trading for years. Don't you think you've had some losers traumatize your butt? Don't you have some winners that turn it? Your mind has an engraving in it. It's like a hand, like wrinkles. Your mind has a wrinkle full of it. Tell me I'm crazy, right? Everybody's agreeing with me, by the way. But it's true. And by the way, this is not a theory according to me. This is not some kind of emotional wounds or whatever you want to. I don't want to get too much into because I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm just a regular guy. I don't know anything about psychiatry, but I do know that you guys have a crap load of stuff in your mind that's messing with your trades. You took 3 losing trades. Now we've been there before. I've shown you like tons of them. And all of you reading that said, yes. I haven't received one email saying this is nonsense. Everybody said, you're 100% spot on. So the way to do it is not to read. To read, identify your biggest mind traps. Usually person has 1 or 2. And usually, I hate to say this, but you're trading yourself. You are you. You know how whatever you eat, what do they say? You eat what you are, or you are what you eat, or something like that. You're trading your emotions. So if you're an anxious person, you're going to be an anxious trader. If you're a very pessimistic person, you're going to be a pessimistic trader. If you're an optimistic person, thank you, Robert, you're going to be a very pessimistic person. If you're a very optimistic person, if you're very if you're excitable, you're going to be very excitable in trading. I mean, we don't have to go far here, right? Your trading reflects who you are. Exactly. Yeah, no problem, Bob. I don't mind. I want you to become good traders. I want you in the future to help me trade better. I'm doing this for selfish purposes. I told you I'm looking for 10 traders by the end of next year. So you guys have so much of this, you don't even know where to begin. And the only way you're going to get rid of it is by little If your problem is you're holding on to trades too long, and there you go, Anita. If your problem is you're holding on to trades too long that are winners, you guys know what to do. If you're holding on to trades not long enough that are winners, you know what to do. And you don't have to go all or nothing. You don't have to go all or nothing. You're in a trade. You're about to press the sell button to liquidate a trade. Do this. Go for a walk for 10 minutes. That's all. The more, see, happens is your nervous system, your nervous system will start to assimilate this subconsciously. The uncomfortable feelings will slowly start to go away. Slowly start to go away. Slowly. The key word is slowly. Very slowly. So again, I just wanted to go full circle and explain to you that you watching my my video and saying, yes, the more I watch it, the better I'm going to be. It's not going to do squat for you. You'll even hate yourself more because you'll be like, damn it, now I know I'm doing it wrong and I still keep doing it. Right, Dom? Don't you guys have like your biggest losers embraced in your head? Yes, embracing your fear. Exactly. That's exactly. And Wes, I honestly couldn't have said it. You have to embrace that fear. You have to be the world's best loss taker. You understand? You have to. I'll tell you something else. Funny enough, it's Murphy's Law. Like the other day where I wanted to do a poll, and the only day I wanted to do a poll, the polls weren't working. Our polls weren't working. It's Murphy's Law. I'm telling you. You get into a trade and you're like, go against me, go against me, go against me. I dare you, I dare you, I dare you. And it doesn't go against you. And then you're like, come on, just go. I'm telling you, it's weird how it works. But seriously, notice with time, it will get better. Expose yourself to things that make you feel uncomfortable. See, Don, you remember your $24,000 loss on CMG. Do you know how deep that's ingrained in your head? Dom, think about it. You probably don't remember your second phone number, but you remember that. I remember the first ticker symbol I took a loss on. See, exactly. You guys, if you can't get past that subconsciously, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. So again, that's all I wanted to say. I'm going to stop talking about it. I'm going to go into trades and market analysis. But I just wanted you guys to to understand that I'm glad you guys enjoyed that video and I'm glad you guys enjoyed the doc. But the only purpose of that is to make you realize you have the problem. The next step is completely up to you. There is nothing I can do to get rid of your mental issues. Can't do anything to get rid of your mental issues except make you aware of them. And the first step is to make sure you realize you have them. Okay. Enough said. I wanted to kind of do that because I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. There you go, John. Where's my screen? Okay, Matt, I'm going to now I'm going to close the chat.
Got it.
So now, Matt, oh, look at that. Michael, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Actually, I'll tell you what really makes me happy now and excited. Not big wins or big losers. You guys telling me you've made money on trades. That makes me feel really good. Okay? Like Michael just did. So please copy those down, Matt. You missed some good ones while you were gone. Okay. So I've already kind of gave you a little bit of a market analysis because we were talking about the Morgan Stanley trade. Oh, look at that. Morgan Stanley's now substantially above the price we got out of it. I'm glad we got out of it. It was a good decision. And by the way, getting rid of this one was a good decision too. Am I screen sharing, Matt? You could see my bar chart? Okay.
The SPY.
Yes, that's right. Love. Remember this one? We dumped this one. It kept going higher. So, dumping them was a good idea. Okay. SPY. Let's talk about SPY.
Your love trade. It's funny.
The what?
You talking about love?
Love. Yes, love.
Yeah.
The trade that I don't love.
Me either. I haven't taken a single trade.
Tell
Yeah.
them about tell them the story. This is a good story. Tell them the story. I
I
only learned the story like a week ago.
I don't typically trade anything that we send out, or at least not the same option for compliance reasons. But Roger put out the love trade, and he's been super hot. Two losers or one loser at that point.
We didn't have any losers at that point.
We didn't. That's right.
No,
So
no,
maybe it was my fault. So
no.
he's had, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 winning trades. So I was like, you know what? It's a Friday. I'm going to take that love trade. I took it, and it's the only one that lost. And that's the only trade I took.
He didn't tell me about it till way after.
Of course.
Okay. So you guys could see that SPY's getting near some frisky territory. I just thought that was funny. Some frisky territories hitting resistance here, backing away, but we're still in that strong seasonality. Now, two thoughts here. First thought, and I think a lot of you will agree with me, is look at the run up we had in November. 10%. How often does a market go up 10% without pulling back? Not often. Number two, how often does the market go up 10% and continues going higher? Not often. There's no catalyst for it right now. So the average annual return, and don't quote me on this number, but I'm in the ballpark. It's about 6.5% per year. Per year. We went up 10% in a month. Now, that attitude I'm having, well, it's not going to go up again 10%. Obviously, I'm not going to do that. Anything is possible. But from a perspective of risk and reward, I would say that my risk to reward here may not be so hot until we get a pullback, or have a nice long consolidation here that lasts for a long time, allowing the market to calibrate. Okay. All right. No, we're not going to. I forgot about it. I just wanted to bring it to you and say these are the only two trades we took. Out. Let me just take a look. I kind of like American Express right now. I do like American. Second. Yeah. I'll wait with him. I don't want to. I don't want to get that because I'm going to be too busy talking to you guys while I trade. I'll start trading afterwards. Uh, okay. So let's continue. Let's continue. Let's continue. So we have to be very, very cautious, and we have to make sure that the stocks we picking can stand on their own. If they can't stand on their own right now, we shouldn't be trading those stocks. So I'll give you the stocks that I really like right now, starting with, and again, we don't know what the future holds. The financial sector. I like the financial sector right now. I think what's going to happen is this. And now I don't think this is going to. I don't think the Fed is going to lower rates in March. I think ultimately this is all going to fall apart. The reason this is going up so much is because that sentiment towards rates going down in March keeps increasing. It was 50% this morning. Now, I keep reading for you guys in my morning videos the reports from the Fed, and I have not seen one time, or maybe one out of 12 Feds or 10 Feds that says we're going to lower rates. All I'm hearing is if things get better, we're probably going to stop raising them. We're going to wait and see what happens. I personally think we're going to have more rate hikes, but what do I know? I had dinner with T-Buzz last night. I wanted to catch up with him. We haven't seen each other in a while. And he's like, I think it's ridiculous. I think people are insane if they think we're going to have a rate cut in March. So ultimately, do I think this is going to be a long-term rally in financials? No, I don't. But I think we can get a little bit more out of it because that stupid sentiment is so hot right now. Don't ask. Where would I put a stop loss here? Let's put the 15-day on. In this case, but the 15 will probably be right around here. I would put a stop loss right here at 35.32. The good thing about these options, they're very cheap. They're very cheap. Look, let me give you an example of how cheap this option is. Matt, look at this. Folks, listen to this, okay? 34 strike price option expiring in 14 days. Costs 199. The premium is right now 199. 35.99. There's literally no implied volatility in this option. Look at it yourself. I mean, if you get it at an ask, you'll probably be paying 6 cents for it. Not bad, right? Look at that. It literally has no premium in it. That's not weird. Implied volatility has been going low. VIX is as near all-time low. So just showing you that option. Next one, Home Depot. Matt, do you like Home Depot?
I'd say so.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at this. Nice breakout. Where would you put the stop loss here? The 15-day looks just fine, or right underneath these levels right here, right there, which would perfectly match this level right there.
Mm.
Okay. It's a good stop right there, right below this level, right below this wick right here would be good. If it goes down all past this, I probably wouldn't want this anymore. And look at volume look at volume. It's starting to pick up again. Thankfully, today's the first day I'm starting to see volume. Nice, Robert. Boycott starting. Okay. We would go out. Options are not that expensive right now because markets are so choppy. We would go to the. Look at this 310 strike price. It's literally selling for like 20 cents premium. Look at this. But you don't have to go that far. Go to 315. 315 is fine. I would actually go to the 310 or 312, but you can even go 315. 14 days out. Next one, Verizon. I just had a deja vu, man.
From when?
I'll tell you later. Just had a total deja vu. Okay. Verizon. Let's look at Verizon. A little extended, but it's a blue chip stock. Remember, blue chip stocks. The S&P right now is about to break Thursday's high. We got to be careful here. We don't want it. We don't want to be really short. Remember, I got rid of MS today. It was a short position. You don't want to flirt around with markets like that. They're breaking up nicely right now. We're about to take out the high from Wednesday. This is why I got out of Meta early today, because I don't want to be going against the market. Okay. Option on this one. Every stock I'm giving you to the long side right now, be careful. 35s. Or actually 35.50s right here. They hardly have any premium in them. I love these options, guys. They have hardly any premium in them. You're like literally underpaying. You're paying like 5 cents, 10 cents for these options. It's great. It's fantastic, actually. Let me check something real quick. Matt, do you have space for a trade in Bargain Hunter right now?
Oh yeah.
You do, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you go long Russell 2000? Breaking the 200-day moving
I
average.
was looking at it this morning because it was super strong. It's really funny you said that.
You guys seeing what I'm seeing? I'll do Verizon again, but you guys see what I'm saying? Sorry, I want Matt to put on a trade, so I'm going to go back to Verizon. I'm going to go back to. I got too excited for that option. I'll go back. Yep, 35. I mean, look at this thing. 35, 340 last. This thing is trading at 38, 48. It's the same thing as the option that expires today. Interesting, right? Can you answer Michael, Matt?
Yeah.
And okay, yeah, so let's continue. Let's continue. JN JX, hold on. JXN.
Actually, Roger, we might want to stop and answer this question.
What'd you say?
You might want to stop
I
and
haven't
answer.
looked at it, but I haven't entered the stealth surge yet. Should I use HD option from this room?
Yeah. So that is a good question because there are two different styles. Roger's
It's
trying to short term trade it. We're swing trading it. So he went really in the money in, what'd you go, 2 weeks out?
yeah,
He went 30 days out and one strike out of the money. Now, if you're going to go out of the money, you have to go out in time. Otherwise, you're gambling really at that point. And the depreciation is so bad. It's not a winner's game. But here, it just depends. It's what your risk. The other thing I would say is that if you, oh, we're already up pretty good on it too. It's like account size. The problem with the option that you picked, say you have a, I don't know, a $5,000 account. If you go with that option, what was it, $8? Roger, the one you picked,
yes,
you got to commit $800 to a single trade. Maybe you don't want to risk that much. If that's the case, go further out. Give yourself a little more wiggle room.
right. I'm showing you guys where Verizon stop is, and Matt answered the question perfectly. Don't thank me, thank Matt. He answered the question. This room is a little more active. It's more towards the day, my morning videos, this room, and the day trading stuff all kind of go together. And also remember, the programs are more mechanical. Right here is the stop loss, 37.18. Let's continue. I told you exactly how to pick options several times, and I've posted videos. I'm not going to give you the option for IWM because you guys should know that you're supposed to go 5 to 10 days out and go second strike price in the money. I've said that several times here. Let's go. JNX.
You're in bargain hunter. That's not what the option's going to look like.
No, I'm talking about if they're picking it themselves.
I'm just, I guarantee someone's going to email me if I didn't say that and say, well, Roger said 2 weeks out.
Okay, so Jackson Financial. Do you guys remember me giving you this stock before? Does anybody remember? We've talked about it before. Right here. Now it's up here. Yeah. Cyrus, I've talked about it like 4 times, 5 times in like the last couple of weeks. Right here's your stop loss. Use the 15-day. There's really nothing really better. It'll keep you out of the noise a little bit. Or right before this level right here. 45.04. Options, are there options? Let's see if there's options. No, they're too wide. Can't do the options on this one. Next one, LDOS. Same thing, 15-day, or right here below this level, right there. 105.14 stop loss. Stock looks good right now. Real good. Now, implied is not high. Are the spreads high? Oh, yeah. Yeah. You could do this one right here. Right here, 105s. They're not that bad. Try to work the order a little bit. Okay, next. ACN. See how mellow I am today? Calm, mellow, peaceful. You may be right, DB. You may be right. 14 days till expiration. Again, same type of pattern, nice breakout. I would put it right below this pivot right there, which happens to coincide almost perfectly with the 15-day. I started getting edgy on Saturday. It takes me till about Sunday morning to calm down. Sunday is my first relaxing day, and then by Monday I need to be back. I need like one day of rest. Saturday is my rest day, but right here 329.33, which look just the hair. The next day tomorrow that'll be right up there, so it's virtually the same. Look at the volume here, nice volume. Volume hasn't been really a good gauge with anything lately, for obvious reasons. Exactly, Brett. And it helps me trade better too, because I'm not all worked up. Although I'm pretty good at just blocking things out. 330. And I'll tell you that exposure therapy I did for anxiety really helped because I trained myself with trading exactly the same way. Exposure therapy, because I had the tool set already in my mind to do it.
And do you talk about that?
When you went getting lunch. Yeah. Talked about anxiety, how I had a nervous breakdown in law school because didn't have serotonin in my body, how I got on the juice for several months, how it helped me.
Just wait till I leave to tell the good stories. What's up with
I
that?
didn't know you were going to leave. Why don't you look up in the
I mean,
live?
I watch it.
330 right here is the strike price. Matt, I'm bearing all. I'm bearing it all.
Gotta watch the replay. That's right.
But we're not in it, Bob. That's the beautiful part. I think. Oh yeah. So let's now talk about the short side. Be careful with the short side right now. Don't go big on the short side right now, for obvious reasons. The market is just broke up to the upside, but this one still looks pretty good. Oops. Right here, 31 strike price, right there. Right here is where I would put my stop. Right there. 30, 80, something like that. Okay, next one. Meta. Oy, oy, oy. Meta. Let's look at Meta. I don't like text here. Be careful with Meta. It's bouncing off pretty hard. I don't think I'm going to give this one to you. It's bouncing off too hard. Let me take a real quick look at Tesla. I haven't looked at Tesla all day today. Yeah, it's coming up again. Okay, all right. Yeah, remember I said 235, 235. It went as low as 232, but then now it's bouncing back. That was the magic spot right here, 235. Remember it was here. I told you right here. If it goes down, it's going to break down. It broke right down, literally literally down to that level. And it wasn't because I was a maniac who can predict the future. It was because I was just looking at the 50-day moving average, which was at 235. So let's not do that right now. Starbucks. Let's look at Starbucks. Starbucks. Ugh. Starbucks is already hitting the 50-day. No. Nope. Walmart. Ooh, let's look at Walmart. What happened to Walmart today?
I still
Hmm?
find anything. The only thing I found was that story about the Paramount Apple
The
service merge.
I'll tell you what, guys. If Walmart goes down towards the end of the day, towards the low, if it just starts going up at the 200-day, don't do it. But if it starts breaking down towards the low at the end of the day, last 20 minutes of the day, I'll give you a trade. But don't do nothing until then, okay? 155 right here. 155. Really like Home Depot, Matt. Where'd you get that trade from?
Yeah, smart guy.
All right, Matt, that's all I've got for today. Do you want to go through seasonality?
Sure can.
Hey, guys, am I helping you make money? You know what, Matt? Why don't we do a quick poll? Do I help you guys make money? How about that? No, no, no. Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. Matt's going to do a poll. Let's do a quick poll.
Bulls launched.
All right. Let's see. Mm, 91% to 9%. 8% now. Let's see. Because if I'm not helping you make money, then what's the point of all of this? Where is the hell yes box? Oh, wow, it's pretty good. Yeah, I'll talk about that in a second, Susan. Absolutely. It's very simple. Here, let me show you. While I'm still sharing my screen, right, Matt? While you guys are doing the poll, I'll do this right now on AXP. So we're looking at American Express. The line here, the white line that's not bolded, is the market. The the green line is the ticker symbol, and the bold line is the market, is the whatchamacallit,
Green line is the sector.
sector, and this is the stock. Excuse me. Sorry. So the stock market is the white line that's thin. The green line is the sector, and white, the bold line, is the stock. Which this is how you want to see it. You want the stock to be on top of the sector, and the sector to be on top of the market.
If you're going long.
Okay. Well, look at this poll. It's still, people are still typing. 141. We only have half the, well, no, yeah, half the room participated in the poll. I wonder why. But the numbers are, I'll go ahead and end it right now. You know what? Let me screen, before I end it, let me, there we go.
You got it?
1 second. I don't got it. I thought I had it, but I don't got it. Now I got it. Now I got it. Okay, I got it. So yeah, I'll show you the poll right now. I'm going to show you the poll. Show results. Can you guys see the results now? And I'll show you the poll. Here's the poll. There's the poll. Not bad, right? 98% satisfaction on the Pro Trader dashboard. 98 and 91% happy with the VIP trade room. I appreciate it. Listen, Vivek, you can't make everybody happy. I'm curious how many of those 9% have not been trading or have not been following my trades. But listen, you can't help everybody. I don't know, Bob. I want to know, Cyrus, are you not making money because you're not taking my trades? If that's the case, then the answer, I mean, then you shouldn't take the poll. Haven't participated, have been in a poll, haven't been here just for a week and not placed a trade yet. That's fine. Fair enough. Good, Cyrus. Takes a few. So, folks, for those of you So here's my challenge to you. For those of you, the 13 people in the room who responded no, I'm going to challenge you to send me an email so that I could help you make money in the room. Roger@rogerscott.com. And I want to see how many emails I'll get from those 13 people. Carla says, I can't get the trades. You're too fast and they're not written down. Sorry, Carla. You should watch the replay. And then I'm trying out to Roger. I hold too long and lose. And then trying out to outdo Roger. Don't try to outdo me. I've been trading in the last 3 weeks, been using options. What the last 3 weeks we didn't just place LTHM, MS, and NVO, okay? Well, Joe, how about the well, let me ask you this. How about the meta trade today? Did you take that one? Why did you take 3 trades in the last 3 weeks? And Joe, but on the second, I don't understand. Tell Billy. So you're telling me you only took out of 45 trades, you only took 3 that were 2 of them were still holding? Is that it? I don't get it. Thank you, Vivek. Go ahead and get that.
Already.
Good. That makes no sense. All right, Matt, do the seasonality and we'll go from there.
I sure can.
Yeah.
But before I do the seasonality, I want to show everyone something. So all right, you should be able to see my screen. So I got a lot of emails that I still have to respond to, but I'm hoping I can knock out most of them right now. Everybody wants to know about your new addition to the Pro Trader dashboard and how to get it installed, where it is. So I'm just going to show everybody real quick because it's just a little difficult to explain. So installing the Pro Trader dashboard, new additions right here. I have them all, Vivek. It's right here. I filmed a video, walks you step by step. That should be all you need. But it's there. Installation page, just scroll down. And then if you need the code, you got to click this button. It'll come up. Okay. Now let's go. It's on the scanner page. See. All right, let's do seasonality now. Getting a little boring here. Not a lot of art.
I'm curious about the seasonality today.
I mean, we're definitely leaning toward the long side, but what I've been noticing with the trend, it's like we keep gearing up and we get to a level where you're like, oh yeah, this is looking really good. We're about to really get long. And then just kind of falls back off. But it doesn't fall off enough from the long side to make you want to go short. It just makes the longs not look as good. I mean, these aren't bad numbers, but they're not great. But they're definitely to the long side, if that makes sense. If you go to the short side, there's absolutely nothing cooking. Maybe not even consumer discretionary accuracy's there, but look, you lost money. So forget that. And I've been waiting for the 10-day hold to kind of like, all right, we're here. And as you can see, it just doesn't want to go. That's for the broad market. Let's go back here and look at the individual stocks. Let's grab the number. See, we fell off again with the number 223 to the long side. Andrea, there should be one in there. I don't know where it is, though. You have to find it. But you can email me and I can answer any questions. Yeah, what did I just say? 231. I think we were at. Let's check the number from yesterday. 374. So we really peeled off. See you, Jeff.
Whole changed to 91% versus 9%, man. Less than 10, 9% now. Yes.
Okay, a few interesting ones. I haven't screened these for the chart, but here they are. ADSK, Delta. Uh, Delta's buddies up here? Nope. Yeah, they are. United Airlines are down here. So airline stock's not looking too bad. Tech, I don't trust because it's been in and out. We'll just kind of leave that. And then industrials, consumer discretionary, but it is pretty mixed. Let's go to the short side. That looks interesting. QT. Nope, I'd stay away. Got B&W, CDW. Walmart's a short. I don't really think it's reacting to the seasonality, but let's dump it off. Natural gas is there. Take a look at how many commodity based companies are popping up on the short side. Anytime you see an NA, that's an ETF, and most of these ETFs are currency backed ETFs, not currency, commodity based. Whether they're a currency or that's like coin, soybean, coffee, energies, they're popping up. And then you also see energy moving with it. Utilities, a shorter list, not a lot to go with. And oh, no one told me to go full screen. Look like an idiot. All right. Let's go long side. This is 10-day hold. Sorry. Not much. Super broad. Not a lot we can take from it. What about weakness 10-day? Clearly, consumer discretionary is dominating this. So that's probably about it. Let me answer some of your questions here. Your video explains how to set up the scanner.
That's about it, huh?
Yeah, I'm just answering some questions
Go
now.
for it. And by the way, folks, if you're still having a question or if Matt never got back to you, send him an email. Here's his email address. Let me put it for you right here.
Yeah, there's a bunch in there from yesterday. I know they're there. I'm getting to them, but I wanted to get that video knocked out so I could be like, here it is. This because most of the questions were on that news scanner.
Good, 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 good.
So the opening range, this guy right here.
Cletus says no info in Bargain Hunter on last trade. Leo, can you try it again right now and let me know? I think I would be getting emails from more people if that was the case.
Not it.
Yeah, take a look. Tell me.
No, I mean, I'm looking at it on the page.
Oh, I see. It's the Cletus.
On the backside.
Can you press F5? Mike says it's there. Brian said it wasn't there at first, but it takes about 3 to 4 minutes for the all of the trade info to come through, which you guys are doing. We're trying to get it to you as soon as possible, but it takes a minute or two for the info to appear. So just press F5 a few times and it'll show up. Trust me, we're not going to make mistakes like that. Otherwise, I'll get like thousands of emails at one time.
I write them. I don't copy paste anything. So I handwrite everything out. So you won't have an issue where it's like the wrong alert because I'm trying to use the format that everything's written by hand. But anyway, to answer your question, whoever I was just answering, where do you put that other thing? You go to your scanner or a watch list. You go settings, customize, find a custom column. It's all in the thing. Change the code out. That's where it is.
All right, Wes, if you send me an email, I'll respond as soon as I get to it. Okay. Timothy, you buy to open, Pfizer put. Honestly, guys, if you don't know if you should be buying to open or selling to open, you shouldn't be trading options. Seriously. Seriously. Think about that for a minute. You should do some paper trades first. Remember what I said, dollar one share? All right. I'll see you guys later. Have a great weekend.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
oh,
hey,
sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
mm, I think Timothy has a good question.
I don't know what Timothy's question is.
Okay, so where I think he's getting confused is if you want to short a stock and you're going to use a put, if you're going to short the underlying, you have to sell it open. But if you're going to be short using an option, put option, you have to buy to open the put option, even though you're short.
Yeah, it just depends on what you're doing. Are you doing the option or are you doing the stock, Timothy? Thanks. You too, Adam. Are you doing the stock or the option, Timothy? What you said. I don't know who said. Are you doing an option or stock? That's all I wanted to know. I'm trying to help you. That's all this is. Yes. Are you doing the option or stock? That's what I'm asking you. All right. All right, guys. Have a great weekend. Talk to you guys soon. If you guys need help, you know my email address, roger@rogerscott.com. Bye, everyone.
I don't have anything, right? No, I meant nothing to send people to. Okay. All right, folks. Have a good weekend.